Hello, everybody. Welcome back to St. Clair Saints League of Legends action. We're here in the NACE Star League playoffs, and St. Clair and Binghamton are at one game apiece. We're going to game number 3. It will be elimination. Loser will go home. Well, they'll be out of the league. They'll be out of the playoffs, and the winner will move on to round number 2. And I gotta say, that second game, St. Clair looked absolutely dominant, and especially Yug on that Viego looked terrifying.
They might not go home, but they're not staying here if
Yeah.
they fail. We are going to go right into the pick and ban phase with obviously seeing Yumi straight out of there. They don't want to deal with that again. I 100% understand, along with Viego as well. He was carrying that last game very hard, but that's actually on the side of St. Clair.
Yeah, so it looks like Hacker would pick over for Binghamton, so they want to take that one away from Ehug. And it looks like St. Clair are going to pick up the Caitlyn here. And, bans, not too surprised with this 8 Trucks Jax Yumi bans. We saw they let the Yumi go through, and Fresh had a field day with that in the last game, so they will revert back to that ban. And it looks like the Caitlyn Lulu picked up for St. Clair, so this is a very, very powerful bot lane. Can't have a lot of agency in the early game. Lulu very strong going into the late game, especially with that polymorph available for the Hecarim, but this opens up a possibility for something like a Lucian Nami.
Yeah, I'm definitely I said the past two games I want to see a Lucian Nami. It's a very good comp right now, and I think they're wasting a
Ooh,
game if they
there
don't.
it is, Rakan Jin. So this is another thing that actually picked up quite a bit of steam at Worlds in the last on Saturday or on Sunday. Sorry, Jin was played in 4 games, won all 4 games. So it definitely a very very strong pick here, but. We are going to see a Lucian possibly come through as well. This could be a Lucian top lane. Yeah, it's going to be locked in, so it will be a Lucian in the top lane here. Definitely a strong pick. And Ricky, this is the best early game top laner that you can possibly have. Lucian has so much pushing in the game, has all the wave control he wants, and there's not really any good counter picks into it. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to resort to try and answer back, because Exile, definitely both games, I think, outclassed by Ricky, but Ricky just unfortunately in the first game didn't really get a chance to actually push forward with that Camille. And in the second game, Ricky definitely looked head over heels over top of their top laner. So Exile gonna have his work cut out for him here in game number 3.
So I am definitely seeing that the comp for St. Clair so far, it is very damage heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Although the Caitlyn does have to be careful because she's kind of squishy. So if she goes too far into a fight, she could die pretty easily, right?
Yeah, and I'm looking right now at the bans, right? And there's 4 top lane bans that came through. You got the Mordekaiser, Camille, Riven, Wukong. Maybe this could be a Caitlyn mid. It's definitely something that hasn't been crazy popular, but it has popped up a couple times in the last couple patches. So it could be a possibility Lucian Lulu could be in the bot lane there, but looks like LeBlanc will be picked up, so it will be Lucian towards top lane. And right now, St. Clair, a lot of damage, but lacking severely in the tank department. And I think Ehug was so good in the Viego on the last game. I'm really surprised they're going to put him on tank duty here. Hopefully we get something interesting, but I definitely think looking at this one, giving him the counter pick is kind of strange to me too, for the sole reason that you saw the Hecarim in the first pick, so you could have had him answer somewhere in this first couple picks, but they're gonna save a counter pick for him, I guess. But
Yeah.
I just don't think that's taking advantage of the fact that you have counter pick on red side.
We are going to see that Vex coming in. She is still relatively a new champion. So we didn't see her last game we played. I don't know if there was one in between the last broadcast I did with you. Yeah, no, she's relatively new, so we didn't see her. But now that people are starting to play her more often, they understand she is a pretty good champ. Not broken by any means, but she has very good kit with her
Ooh.
fear and nice little bit of AP damage.
I really like this answer. I like the Poppy in this scenario. It negates a lot of what they want to do, but it's a Lucian, and I don't
Wait,
really
what?
know. It's got to be Lucian. Might be something else. I think the Lucian pick is actually going to be a jungle, and they ended up picking Lucian as something else. So we'll find out exactly what is in this jungle, but I really don't think it's going to be a Lucian jungle. I think it's going to be something else. So regardless, we're going to ignore the jungle for now. Let's talk about the other picks. So we have Ricky on his Darius. So we saw Ricky's Darius once before. It was absolutely terrifying. Just ruined the game completely for the other team. He steamrolled over their top laner. And we are going to have a set for this top laner again. We saw Exile in the last game playing the set. The Volibear, definitely he went pretty even in that lane, honestly. I think he didn't really have a significant advantage over him. I think it was pretty even throughout that. Volibear got a pretty decent lead. Going on in that game just because he got ganked a couple times by Ehug, but that was really why he got ahead. Didn't really win the 1v1 too crazily. But, I mean, looking forward in this one, it's going to be a set versus Darius. And Darius, obviously, the early game monster can translate that. If he gets fed early, there's nothing stopping him from rolling over this game.
100%. I know you said we were going to ignore that the Lucian for now, but I'm rolling it in my head right now. I'm trying to turn every single crank in there, trying to think about how does that make sense. I have never seen a Lucian jungle.
It's not going to be Lucian, no. It's going to be something else. I think
Okay.
it's a placeholder. So we'll find out here in just a moment what exactly the choice is going to be. But I think Ehug here, a lot of pressure going to be on him. But it will be a Poppy in the top lane, actually. So I thought it was a set choice, but they swapped the Poppy at the last second. So I was going to say, yeah, it is going to be Kindred. So Ehug's Kindred, we haven't seen it all season. We saw it one time in the preseason. It kind of got dumpstered, but the whole game was kind of a dumpster. And that's the only time we've seen Ehug's get this Kindred. He was a one-trick Kindred. Kindred not nearly as powerful as it was before. Definitely far down on that jungle tier list, but can be really effective. But again, the problem is this Poppy can stop the LeBlanc dash, can stop the Kindred dashes, and he can stop the Barlow dashes on this Lucian if that's what he chose, I would assume then. Or no, it would have been Caitlyn, sorry. So it can stop the Caitlyn dashes as well. So I think this Poppy pick, really, really smart from Exile. The problem is Darius can dunk on Poppy in the early game. So if Ricky gets ahead, he is going to have, there's going to be no answer really from Binghamton, because really your only answer is going to be this Hecarim trying to come up. But Darius can deal with him pretty effectively as well. So I really think a smart choice here, putting Ricky on Darius and putting a lot of your chances on him in that top lane, because the later on in this game goes, the less scaling you're gonna have. Oh, so it was the Lucian pick with the Lulu, I'm assuming then.
Yeah. And one thing I'm noticing, I just want to point out, the person on the team from Bing playing Jin, their name is Lin, so we got a Lin playing Jin.
Ah, interesting. Definitely, it's a good one. So looking at this game now, it is a Lucian Lulu in the bot lane. I thought it was going to be Caitlyn Lulu, but I guess they first picked the Kindred on that first rotation, and they picked Lucian on the second one around. So they picked the Kindred Lulu, and a lot of priority on Ehug here. And he definitely has been a shining star for St. Clair throughout the entirety of the season. He has been a difference maker in a lot of these games. We saw him last game get it 4-0 early on the Viego, and I mean, this is his champion. This is his time to shine, and what better time to do it than an elimination game number 3 of the start of your playoff run?
Now, I'm confused because that Lucian is the ADC. Now, we were talking for most of the broadcast about how right now Lucian and Nami are very, very good. I'm confused why they didn't take this opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I definitely think it could have been a possibility, but the problem is, if you think about how that draft played out, it was the Kindred Lulu picked first, right? So you're kind of giving the opportunity for the other side, for Binghamton, to take the Lucian Nami. But actually, a lot of Lulu negates a lot of what this Lucian Nami want to do, because Lulu provides so much shielding, provides the ultimate, and provides a polymorph, right? So if Lucian tries to all-in you, you can't polymorph the Lucian, give a shielding and an ultimate to your ADC, and they'll be able to survive. And it negates a lot of what they want to do in this laning phase to try and push themselves ahead if you're a Lucian Nami. So Binghamton saw that. That's why they chose the Rakan Jhin, and that's why they flip-flopped to the Lucian and took it for themselves. So I think St. Clair just kind of outplayed them in the draft a little bit there, but Binghamton realized what was going on, just picked the Jhin Rakan instead. And I mean, it forced them onto the Lucian just because Lucian is the top tier ADC. The MF wasn't available to take. So definitely something. And I was going to say, actually, the MF wasn't banned, so I'm kind of surprised they didn't want to go with that. But I mean, I think Lucian gives Barlow a lot more of what he wants to do, because we saw in that first game, struggled heavily on that Senna. And that second game looked a lot more comfortable on the Ezreal with more agency, and Lucian, early game menace, is going to be a lot more powerful in the hands of Barlow and can make this bot lane very effective. And you have the Lucian, you have the Darius. If you get ahead in this early game, it is going to be disaster for Binghamton.
And I do also want to point out that the bot lane they have, as we mentioned, is a very it's a good bot lane. It's an aggressive one, right? Now, I think St. Clair has a little bit of an advantage here in their bot lane matchup, but at the same time, as always, it always is going to revolve around the jungler, right? Jungler is going to be very heavily needed to help with those lanes. But then again, we're going to be seeing the Kindred on jungle. You mentioned that in preseason, which I was there for a couple of those broadcasts in preseason. The Kindred did not do well, but obviously the whole team did not do well. That those games though, were just they were so iffy that like
It's preseason though, so that's
yeah.
why you kind of look at it. It's just playoff time. This is when you need to pull out your last stops, and you see game number 3. Haven't seen his Kindred all season. Finally pulls out his one trick and says, "Okay, this is my time. This is my comfort pick," and they gave me priority to get this choice. So I think for me, looking at this draft, I so much priority put on the support on Fresh and on the jungler for Ehug. They need to really push, and I mean for St. Clair, I think it actually rounds out their composition pretty well, because you have the Darius and you have the Lucian for the early game push, you have the Kindred for like kind of that late game insurance, and then I mean we haven't really talked about Sephiroth on this mid laner yet, but I definitely think he can get ahead. He's been looked so good in this series. He's been a very consistent factor, and like the LeBlanc, yeah, it was okay. It didn't really do too much in that first game, but I think definitely looked really, really good in that second one. I'm hoping this third one's gonna look just as good as he did in the first game at least.
Definitely. Now I will say something that I was surprised about is we didn't see a single early gank in the enemy jungle, which is something that I tend to see happen a lot in these games. So I was wondering, you think they might try to end this
No.
last game with a boom?
I think game 3 is when a lot of teams will just play safe. They'll go to their starting
Mhm.
your positions at the top of the lanes and just cover your jungle entries and exits and make sure that you're playing safe, because this is your elimination game. This is the one game where you don't want to make any kind of mistakes and give your team a chance to come back. But this is going to be it. St. Clair and Binghamton battling it out for that chance to go into the next round of playoffs here in the NACE Star League playoffs, and one team going to be heading home, one team going to be joyous and celebratory in about half an hour or so. We'll find out soon here on Saints Gaming CA.
Yeah, right now they're all just lined up, making sure, pretty much like you said, they're being safe, making sure no one's coming into their area. They'll start their laning phase soon, and Hecarim, it looks like he's going to be starting top, and their other jungler Kindred is also going to start top, so they might meet up with each other a little bit into the game.
Yeah, he actually just put down a ward in that top brush, and we'll be met up here in the top lane. Ricky and Exile going to be going at it. We'll pop that coin, and we'll get the auto down, so it does get an early grass proc here, but Ehud going to be hiding out in this bush. But Ricky deciding to just back up and going to help out his jungler with the farm. So it looks like it will be opposite side, or same side starts for these junglers. We'll see if, I don't think they'll be meeting anytime too soon. I think definitely Kindred just wanting to farm up and find out where that first mark will be. And I'm expecting really, really important here. LeBlanc is going to have a lot more wave clear than the Spectral early on, as well as Darius is going to be shoving this Poppy. So wherever that first mark is, I definitely think Kindred is going to want to fight for it. And although she isn't going to 1v1 the Hecarim early on, she will not win that fight. Definitely can look forward at how this 2v2 is going to work out, and can definitely work it out in her favor. But she is going to be actually challenging Hecarim early on here. Both these junglers going to be level 2 here. We'll go for the engage here. Midnight going to have to be forced out. We'll actually pop the Ghost Flash, going to come through here. Going to go for the Q, go for the auto. Not going to be enough though. Going to heal up just enough to save his own life. So Summoner's Burn for both of these junglers. Ghost already used. That's going to be Ricky getting a decent amount of damage. We'll go for the swing, going to bleed him out, and that's going to be first blood for Ricky in the top lane, starting this Darius off with a bang, and that is not good if you're a Binghamton fan.
I was going to say that the Darius did go in and make a heavy play at the beginning, and he took a couple hits without even giving a single one.
Oh, Exile, this is bad though. Ricky hit level 2 here. Bleed gonna come out here, gonna flash, gonna have the Q up available in just a second. Gonna go for the auto. Ricky gonna pick up a second kill. That's already a TP down as well. Ricky already 2-0 on this Darius. That is disaster for Binghamton. That is a TP, and that's gonna be a kill for Bolo, and that's like St. Clair reaching out all across the map and taking everything Binghamton want. And St. Clair, 2 minutes and 48 seconds of this game, already at 3-0. All cylinders firing for these guys.
All right, I'm calling it. St. Clair's winning. I'm just calling it right here. They got 3 kills within the first 3 minutes of the game. That is crazy. They were so aggressive there in the enemy jungle. That was just, oh my goodness.
I can't express to you, though, how bad this top lane is going to be for Poppy right now. This
Oh,
Darius
yeah.
got to pick up an Iron Spike whip 3 minutes into this game. The entire laning phase is just going to be this Darius pushing this Poppy out. And right now, if you look at top wave, Poppy is going to be shoving towards Darius. So Darius can freeze this permanently, give his jungler permanent prio in that river, and no matter what happens, this Darius is just going to be unkillable at this moment. Like, he's up at 1,700 gold already in this game. He is so strong looking further on, and I mean, realistically, right now, St. Clair just has such a big advantage of top lane. All Ehug has to do here is just go bot lane, help out Barlow get even further ahead, and St. Clair's going to be okay. Here's Zephyr going to get actually popped. His clone will be popped there in the mid lane, so we'll definitely have a rougher time there against this Vex. But again, like I said, right now, look at this wave. This wave is shoving towards Ricky. Oh, Ricky going to go for the hook, though. He doesn't care. Going to hit the cube. Lee going to come down on Exile. Exile will be able to walk away. But Ricky just has this wave in such a good position for himself here. I mean, he has two choices, right? So what you could do is you could freeze the wave under your turret, give yourself permanent power. Meanwhile, I don't have time to talk about that one. There's going to be engaged in the ball lane. Barlow going to have to flash. And Heal going to try and get out here. We'll be able to back up. Ehug going to be on the backup as well. Barlow not going to be able to be hit by the Q. Turret shot going to come down here. TP going to come down as well. Link going to take out Barlow on the backside, though. TP going to come through here. Darius going to be rolling. Oh, Vex going to be rolling into this fight, actually. Ehug going to take out Midnight in the process. So we'll back off. It will be a 2-for-1. St. Clair coming out victorious again in this team fight.
You know, I was going to say, Bing did get their first kill there of the game, which is nice for them. You know, they're going to at least secure their spot to know that they have a chance of coming back. But at the same time, while they got that one kill, they lost 2 of their own people. So that was not a trade worth it whatsoever. They really didn't get anything out of that.
More gold towards St. Clair. Already a 2k gold lead just 5 minutes into this one. Zephyr hovering around top lane. They know Hecarim is around this jungle, so they're just trying to force him off of as many camps as possible and get you further ahead. And you see here, right now, Midnight can't even get to his Gromp because this LeBlanc is shoving him out of his own jungle. And the further you put behind this Hecarim, the better shape this Kindred is going to be in. And, I mean, you see Exile forced to help out his jungler here, but it looks like Darius is going to go for him anyway. He's going to walk through here. And, I mean, oh, he's going to get the hook to pull him over the wall as well. Going to get the slow on Exile. Exile going to be bleeding out. Going to be able to walk away here for a moment. Going to be bleeding out here. Ricky going to keep walking forward. Hecarim going to be here for backup, though, so Ricky will have be forced off. But again, this game is just going to be so unplayable for Poppy. At 12 farm, at 6 minutes, Darius at 40.
Yeah, no, that Poppy's going to have to play incredibly careful, and maybe if the jungle is willing to, they can maybe give up a camp of Gromps or 2, but the jungler's going to need it as well, also being 0-2 behind.
This is just such a crazy difference in this top jungle right now. Lin going to come down here. Yeah, going to be here as well. Nice knock-up, actually. Going to get 2. Fresh going to be down low HP here. Going to dash away here for a moment, but Ehug going to take him down, but he's going to go down as well here from a turret shot. Lin going to get Ehug. Going to try and find a second here, and will take down Fresh, so a double for Lin. With blue buff, could look for a fight here on Barlow. Barlow going to put down a decent amount of damage. Going to go for the E, but and get it rooted up here. Not going to win this fight. Barlow, the triple kill for this bot lane of the Jhin. 4-1-0, and that is disaster for St. Clair. That is not what you need if you're trying to win this game out, and that is just so dangerous here. And Zephyr might get dove here by the Hecarim. Ghost activated as well with the Predator, and that's going to be Zephyr being taken out. Midnight going to be taking down Zephyr, and that is disaster. St. Clair just losing out across the map, and this Jhin going to be really, really strong now. Something to answer this Darius back with.
Yeah, no, Bing basically saw that they were being crushed in that early game, and they knew exactly what to do. They brought it back. Now they're only a single kill behind, and they're only like 1k gold behind. They brought themselves back up to a pretty good position, although we still have to make sure we keep an eye on that Poppy, because like you said, she's going to have such a hard time just trying to survive in her lane. She's going to need to play extremely carefully in CS as much as she can, hoping her jungler can come up and help her out.
I think right now the jungler is just going to say, screw you, Poppy, you're done in top lane. There's not much you can do. If you go up there as this Hecarim, this Darius will 1v2 you, and you will not be able to fight him. So realistically, you're just leaving Poppy on an island for now. She's down 2 levels. Like, there's no way you're fighting that. You have to just focus on the bot lane. The Jhin is 4-1-0. You have to push this lane further ahead. Maybe look for another dive onto this onto Barlow and Fresh, and try and push this lead in bot lane, because that is really going to be where your focus has to be. Your 4-1-0 Jhin is going to be your win condition now.
Definitely. I was actually just about to say that too. The only person on their team right now who's really in a place to help out the rest of the team is that Jhin. He has 3 kill ahead of his 1 death. That's going to help his team a lot.
Level 6 on E-Hug here. They could look for a dive, but Hecarim is going to show up as well. Flash is going to come through. Ult's going to come through from Jhin as well, trying to get anything he can here, but not going to land too much damage. Fresh will be able to shield a lot of that up. So a couple of summoners use their burn just to try and engage in the bot lane, but everyone will survive, and they will walk away. Dragon available here. We'll see if they try and opt to get that, because bot lane right now for Binghamton is quite low, actually. They are down to about half HP here, so looks like Kindred and Lulu going to try and take this Dragon out, but Hecarim is still floating around. Zephrot, key here though is Zephrot will have shove in mid lane, so if something happens, they will be able to walk down, but there will be a Dragon taken and no contest. So St. Clair gets away with the objective, and they will get away with the turret plate in top as well.
It does seem like Poppy is having some trouble here staying under her tower. That is not looking good.
Oh, Exile will be able to live here for just a moment. Surprised Ricky didn't go in for an extra auto there just to guarantee the kill, but
he could have 100%.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think definitely a little bit of a misplay there by Ricky, but obviously I think Poppy just not really able to do too much in that lane for the moment. Town 50 CS right now is just so far down. Ricky trying to find that one. Will just clean up the minions there. But the problem too is that Poppy is very, very durable, right? She has the Bramble Vest, so Ricky doesn't have the healing he normally would, so he isn't able to just tower dive this Poppy at will. Is going to have to just keep pushing these minions and trying to get as many plates as he can, trying to get himself ahead here. He's going to smite away that camp, actually, and we'll force them back here. So Ricky going to get some free plates on top, and that is the other problem mounting too, right? As you see the 700 gold difference between this Kindred and the Hecarim, she's a 30 CS right now, so just such a big advantage already accrued in this top jungle, and that is the thing we wanted to see out of St. Clair, right? Is we wanted to see Ricky and E-Hug just absolutely dominating their counterparts on the other side, and that is really where St. Clair has its strength. So I think in this game, definitely showing up where they need to and clutching up in a game where St. Clair's on the brink of elimination and needs to win.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Zephyra back on the... I'm blanking on the name here. LeBlanc, thank you. Back on the LeBlanc, it seems like he's having some trouble trying to hit his stuns. I seen him throw out a couple this game so far. I haven't seen him hit any of them.
Yeah, this could be a dive in the bot lane. Herald does go down on top lane, so Poppy will be forced off that turret, and they will claim that first turret gold here, accelerating this Darius even further. There will be a dive here in the bot lane. Barlow going to flash away. The ult did come out of Rakan, but doesn't really do too much there. Cullen going to come out from the Lucian. Not going to be too effective here, and that will be another charge. Oh no, never mind. Poppy does end up getting that passive hit, so does save that charge and will not get any damage on that tier 2, but the problem right now is that Darius got top turret and he is free to walk wherever he wants, and that is going to be so hard for them to deal with here. That's going to be Lahia being taken out in this mid lane. Will be challenged here by Ia. We're going to try and take down this Vex here. A couple autos away from dying. That's going to be distortion forward, and Zephrot claiming the mid laner's life. Lahia going down here, and St. Clair picking up another kill. Ooh, this could be dangerous. So E-Hug doesn't have ultimate available. We'll dodge a 1, we'll dodge 2, we'll dodge 3. No! He's going to get taken out. The fourth shot rings true for the Jhin, and looks like E-Hug will pay for it with his life.
Now, I was going to ask you, do you think at this point it would be a good idea for their LeBlanc to go lane against the Poppy in top lane, since LeBlanc is 1 kill up, and it might be an easier laner instead of the Vex, although the Vex is 0 kills.
So the advantage right now is that Ricky is so far ahead, he can't push out this top lane, and with the Dragon coming up in just 2 minutes, he's going to try and take as many camps as he can out of that top half and force down this turret, because if Hecarim commits to go top to try and kill this Darius, number one, there's a good chance he dies, because this Darius already has Stride Breaker, and he is just sitting on boots and a lethality at him right now. So really, it's going to be almost impossible to try and kill this Darius in the top lane. You have to go bot, and I mean, the longer you wait out this Darius, the more turrets he's going to take and the more damage he's going to do to your structures across the rift. So I think looking forward, Hecarim going to try and go bot, but I don't think they want to swap, because you can leave the LeBlanc in mid with this Vex, and Vex has a significant range advantage, right? She can just throw, you can see here, throws out her fear, throws out her Q, and can clear the way without having to actually be approached. Ricky going to find the jungler here, though. Midnight going to be engaged. That's going to be Stridebreaker coming down as well. Going to be stunned into the wall here. Looking for the dunk here. Will get the bleed down. Shield going to come out. Will smite the blue buff as well. And Rakan here to save him. So Midnight barely escaping with his life. But again, this Darius is just so powerful, can walk into the jungle and do whatever he pleases. And St. Clair, no answer really, no plates in bot lane. But again, Ricky, this just shows the power of Ricky being able to walk around this jungle and create so many problems for this jungler from Binghamton.
I was going to say, I'm surprised that he could go in there and survive so long in a 1v2, and then with a third person coming in and still not get killed. That shows that, first of all, Darius is a pretty good champion if he can get ahead. Second of all, Ricky's a very impressive player himself.
Ricky showing us the power of the Darius in the early game, what you can do with that early lead. And, I mean, looking further on into this game, most of the members of St. Clair are not doing too amazing. Obviously, the jungle, pretty big discrepancy there, about 30 CS. Sephiroth going to find a stun or a root here, but not going to actually go in on it. And, I mean, the problem, too, with the LeBlanc going in on the Vex is Vex has that fear. So you can't really distort on top of her because she will shield herself. So they will hit you with the fear, and then combined with this Ludens when it gets completed, or the Everfrost, she will be able to burst you out, and she'll be able to follow you because that's what her ult does. So I think right now this LeBlanc, you need to try and move over to a side lane, and that's where you need to try and force your ult. But you see here now, Darius, now that they got this dragon for St. Clair, Darius is going to move to the bot lane, is going to be an infernal soul.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Mid lane has kind of had a standpoint right now. There's not any, like, obviously LeBlanc has 1 kill, but other than that, like, the whole game, it's been so slow in mid lane because it's just they can both get away from each other's attacks.
E-Hug, this is dangerous, E-Hug. You're greeting for that pink. You're going to get stunned up against the wall here, but not going to have any help here just for the moment. He's going to try and go in here, but there's going to be a Rakan here as well. It does have ultimate available, but is forced to hop over the wall. So E-Hug playing a little bit far forward here. Obviously, with the Darius available, can play with a little bit more confidence, having the backup somewhere nearby. But again, Hook going to come through here, going to actually flash over the Q there. Dunk going to come through anyway. Exile going to shield up here from that passive. Charm will come through. That's going to be Darius knocked up here. It looks like Exile barely going to live. Again, Rakan coming in to save his teammate. Osorio finally seeing him off that Soraka on this Rakan, doing wondrous works, but Midnight going to run into 3 people. Sorry, buddy, that's not your jungle anymore. That little horsey is going to ride on home, and St. Clair going to pick up another kill.
So I am going to look and see that the mid laner, LeBlanc, doesn't have a full item yet besides boots, of course, which might seem a little bit bad off because she does have 125 somewhat CS rising still. But at this point, do you think it's a bad thing that she doesn't have an item? Because if you look at the Vex has an item plus a bunch more.
She's sitting on 1,500 gold, so she'll be back. She'll back right now, and she's going to complete that item in just a second. So there's the Ludens coming through. Nothing too much to worry about. Obviously, was just waiting to clear up that mid wave, and then was going to go for the reset here. So items coming through for all members of solo lanes here, and as well as the junglers actually competing to Yumus for this Hecarim, which is a very interesting buy. I mean, I don't like the Yumus here for Midnight. I get it because you want more speed and lethality is pretty okay, but the problem is you're 1-3-1, you're down 30 farm. You're not going to be assassinating anyone, especially with the Lulu on the other side. So, I mean, I guess it's an interesting choice here, and I get the idea behind it, but realistically, I think this Kraken for this Kindred is going to be so much stronger.
We are going to see everyone from SCC kind of grouping up in the top lane, and we are going to see that Lucian taking a hefty bit of damage.
Yeah, they are going to be on Herald here, and there will be Lyn going unstoppable. So a pick there in the mid lane onto the Lucian. So it looks like we'll be back in just a second with a fight here in the mid lane. Midnight going to be going in on Zephyr here with Zephyr up. Going to be doing decent amount of poke damage here. Hug going to hop in, trying to find anyone, but all going to come out, going to clear 2, but not going to get E-Hug. E-Hug staying in this fight. Exile will be going down here in just a second. So another kill over to St. Clair. Will be a 1-for-1. Poppy being taken down here, but Lucian did end up dying in the process. So St. Clair does end up getting that Herald, but did cost them the life of their ADC.
Definitely. And we are going to see that Poppy is still having such a hard time. Still 0-3. The Darius still 2-0 ahead. I don't know. Within the first, 3 minutes of the game, obviously, that's when all the craziness happened. That's when, 3 kills happened right away. I think that's when Darius really said, all right.
Oh, this is a big engage here. The ult came through for the mid lane. Their Vex finding 2, but not able to get any kills through 4. This is going to be Giant E-Hug here will get the kill onto the Vex here, but Hecarim will fly into that backline, find one. Gonna get polymorphed up, but fleeing E-Hug here. Gonna have ultimate available, but gonna get the kill. Gonna have to flash out here. No, he's gonna go down, shut down for the Hecarim. Meanwhile, does get that Jhin in the background, but double kill for this Hecarim here. 3-3 and 2 now. Zephrot gonna find Exile. Exile gonna try and walk away here, but doesn't really have anywhere to walk away to. They will spot him out here. Barlow gonna put a couple autos down. Exile trying to live here. Doesn't have an item just yet, so Barlow gonna be able to get him down with that Kraken damage. That will be another kill over for St. Clair. Barlow gonna pick that one up, but in the end, it's a 3 for 2, but big shutdown there onto that Jhin for the top laner, and Midnight does get taken out in the end by Zephrot. Found that Hecarim before he could escape, but I was gonna say, a big shutdown there for Ricky. Picks him up. I think it was like 450 gold or something, or 600 gold or something. So this Darius just so far ahead right now. I just can't see anybody actually taking him out.
I'm sorry. I had to chuckle a little bit when that LeBlanc got the kill because she chased him for so long. And the main purpose of a Hecarim is to be able to run fast.
Yeah,
so I don't know how she ended up getting that kill, but that was just a little funny to me that she ended up getting it.
Dragon is going to be up here. St. Clair is going to be on it first, and they will take it. No contest, which puts them on Infernal Soul Point. You can imagine how much damage this Darius already does. Could you imagine this Darius with an Infernal Soul?
Oh my god, it's going to be stupid. I can't even, like, honestly, the Darius is just proving how broken. I shouldn't say broken, because it's just the fact that he did so well in the first 6 minutes. But, like, oh my god, it's gonna be so stupidly overpowered that they're not gonna be able to stop him.
Yeah, for sure. So, St. Clair, 6k gold advantage. 20 minutes into this game, 3 Dragons on their side looking to try and punch their ticket into the next round of the NACE Star League playoffs. Binghamton trying to stem the bleeding here, trying to claw their way back into this one, trying to find any kind of comeback they can, and it's got to start by taking out this top laner. Ricky so strong on this Darius, completes the Starix. Already 2 items for this Darius. Meanwhile, there's going to be fighting here in bot lane, as well as the jungle. Fleeing going to come through here. All going to have to come through for E-Hug, all going to come through for Lulu as well. Trying to take that Midnight here. Midnight will take down Ricky. Going to go for a big dunk onto that Horsey, and Baron is available. They're paying it. They want to go for it, but this could be dangerous. This is also a 2-item Jhin here. He's going to do a lot of damage from range. St. Clair does not have their mid laner available for this one for quite a bit yet, so this could be dangerous. But again, St. Clair has the flank angle with this LeBlanc. So a Baron fight here, down to 5,000 HP. How will St. Clair play this out? All's going to come out really, really early. Curtain call from this Jhin. Going to get 2 charm. Oh, it's going to be a big shutdown under Ricky. That's going to be the Darius going down here. Barlow going to take down Orsoria, but that's going to be a big ult from the Vex. Going to find E-Hug. That's going to be another kill as well. They're going to clean it all up. Double kill for the Lucian, though. Barlow finding 2 kills for himself. Vex going to pick up the double as well. Zephrot going to distort onto 1, and Barlow looking for another kill. A triple for Barlow here. Finds 3 of his own, and that's going to be 4 for 3 for St. Clair. Shutdown going down onto this Ricky, but it does cost them 4 members of the Binghamton.
Not only that, yeah, they went 4 and 3. They didn't get 1 kill to even it out, but they also got that bounty that was on the Darius.
Ooh, this is going to be engaged here. Midnight going to take quite a bit of damage from Zephrot here. Tried to go in for the all-in, but wasn't able to get enough damage to kill that. And I mean, you know what? To be honest, I think that's a lot of damage coming to the Hecarim. I said the Yumu's wasn't necessarily the greatest buy, but it does provide quite a bit of burst damage. So it's kind of surprising to see how much comes out from this horse. Ooh, back going to be stopped here for Barlow, actually. Greedy back here. TP going to come through as well. Gonna have to try and get out here. Going to flash to the blast plant. We'll be able to escape here for a moment, but yeah, no follow-up going to come through, so will escape, but does have to burn that flash. That's going to be an important cooldown, especially with this Dragon coming up in 2 minutes.
I think they need to somehow get that Baron as soon as possible to push lane, but obviously they are in a bad spot to take it right now as all of Bing is surrounding them.
Ooh, it's going to be an engage here. That's going to be a knock-up. Lulu ult is going to come through, though. Fresh will be able to survive. Strelia's going to come through as well. TP going to come out of Zephrot here, trying to lock down Orsorio here. Lahia going to be viable as well. Not going to be able to hit that ultimate. Vex going to have no real way out here. Trying to back up here. We'll hit the fleeing there, but Ricky going to be over this wall. E-Hug, Lahia, you have nowhere to go. Little Witch, you're done. E-Hug going to take him down. Midnight gonna be found as well. A dunk gonna come through for Ricky. He's looking for more. This Darius is trying to walk all over Binghamton right now, walking through this jungle. And they are gonna take this Baron. 2 kills over for St. Clair. And that's gonna be Baron. Maybe will be contested, but we'll find out here in just a second.
I don't think they can contest it, honestly. Even with their Jhin still being alive and he's 7-3, it would be such a bad idea to go into this right now because you just don't have anyone to help you. You have an 0-2 Rakan and an 0-5 Poppy. You have no sort of backup. So yeah, it's uncontested.
We're 23 minutes in this game. Poppy does not have an item yet. She is so far behind right now. This Darius is just walking all over Binghamton, and that is exactly what you want Ricky to do. That is what we've been looking for Ricky to do throughout this entire season. 5.5. That is crazy. He's up 5.5K gold on this top laner right now. That is half the gold lead. The gold lead that St. Clair has is on Darius right now. That is insane. So Zephyr looking for a pick here. No, sorry, will get rooted up though by the Jhin, but Kindred will be here to help out. So we'll force the ultimate. The quickness coming out of the Rakan actually will mean that ult not available for in 30 seconds for this Infernal Soul, and that could be really, really bad because Rakan does provide a lot of that CC for the side of Binghamton here. They're really not going to have a way to get to this Infernal Soul. Baron also available. St. Clair looks like they just want to keep pushing here, looking to try and attack on 2 fronts with no Darius spot. So they're going to go for an engage here. There's going to be a curtain call coming out of the Jhin just to push them back off of this mid turret for a moment. That's going to be a final shot landed actually onto this. So it looks like Midnight trying to find Zephyr, but won't go for the engage here. So they will save off this push for a moment, but Dragon is available.
So yeah, at this point, they're going to back up, try and get that Dragon. They do have, or maybe not, but they do have the Baron still. But like at the same time, the Dragon will help them just secure in this win 100%. And while I was talking, the Rakan died again, 0-3. Yeah, but honestly, if they get this, which they did, I think this is 100% secure.
Oh, Sun gonna come through though. This could be dangerous. Lulu gonna have to ult herself up, but Exile just gonna be taken down here. Zephyr gonna be found out by this. That was a beautiful ult though. Zephyr barely living, but Shutdown gonna be taken for Lagia there. Midnight gonna come down as well. Lulu with no ult available. That's so much damage from Barlow though. Picks up the double kill. Trying to find the triple, does get it. Managed to evade that last auto, looking for one more. The Quadra available on Lagia here. Will Barlow go for it? Yes, he will. Barlow doing so much in this fight here. Gonna come through. Quadra coming through for Barlow, the man, the myth, the legend. Finally playing an aggressive ADC, and it's paying dividends for St. Clair.
This game is actually insane. So they're obviously they're gonna win here. They're taking all the inhibs. They can push into tower, into well, I keep forgetting what this thing is called. They're going to push into the inhibitor right away. Thank you for catching me on this throughout this broadcast. But yeah, no, they've won. So it was a 2-3.
This could be bad. Ehug gonna go down here. They will take a second inhibitor here, but they will be forced to back off as Ehug does get taken down. So in the end, 2 inhibs, a quadra kill for Barlow. They will be seeing them though. This could be a charge. There's a lot of speed between this Jhin and the Hecarim. Curtain Call gonna come out to slow him down here for just a second. Ricky gonna be blocking all this damage so Barlow doesn't get executed. Oh, he will find it. Looks like they will go for it, but it's gonna be a massive hook. They're just gonna go in anyway. Ricky says, no, no, no. It's time for my kills, and this is gonna be Ricky running all over them. A double kill for Barlow. Lin gonna be the last man standing along with this Vex. Ricky gonna run him down. He doesn't care. A hook, a Q, and the hearts of Binghamton are crushed. Their hopes done, and St. Clair will be moving on to the NACE Star League playoffs.
That is insane. For a second, Bing thought that they could fight that and like maybe take back the game, and they're kind of trolling right now, obviously, because they know they've won. But Bing went into that fight thinking, okay, maybe we have a little chance to win this. Maybe we can do this. And then Lucian turns around, uses his ult. You have the Darius going in and just wrecking everybody, and they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, and listen, Barlow, 13-3-4, played really good that game, but that was the Ricky show. The man was up 100 CS. He was up 5, 6, 7K gold at the end of that game on the Poppy. And, I mean, from start to finish, the top jungle for St. Clair was just dominating Binghamton. There was not a chance they could try and come back in that game. And I mean, all credit to Binghamton. They fought hard in that series, but St. Clair just came out on top in that one. They played so well in that third game. They played to their strengths, and Barlow picking up everything he needed to, and finally on a aggressive ADC, looked like the player we thought he would be at the beginning of the season. All credit to St. Clair. They played so well in that third game, and I mean, what more could you ask for?
Honestly, what more? That was such like a good game just to watch. Even like there was so much entertainment value too, because of the fact that, like, yeah, the Darius is fed, the Lucian, I believe, yeah, the Lucian was fed. Like, no matter what fight they go into, like 8 times out of 10 they're winning it. So it's that was just insane.
Yeah, and St. Clair finally winning a series. You know, we talked about their struggles when they lose that first game a lot of times. You go into that second game, you don't have that mental fortitude, but they ended up coming back in that second game, winning it, and third game just smurfed all over Binghamton in that one. That Ricky just showing off why he's such a good top laner, and Ehug playing that one trick, and again, he's out 30 CS up on this hacker room at 15 minutes. Like, he is doing so well on that Kindred, and that's a pocket pick we're looking for. That's what we want to see out of this Kindred. So St. Clair just obliterating them in that third game, looked so explosive in that one, and I can't wait to see what else they have in the NACE Star League playoffs, because we get to see some more of them, and it's going to be great.
Honestly. That will wrap up the games, though, for today. We are going to, real quick, thank our sponsors, starting with Crunchyroll, of which you can get a 14-day free trial.
14-day premium trial of Crunchyroll.
Yes.
Essentially the Netflix of anime.
Oh, yeah. You know you like anime. I like anime. Don't lie to yourself. You know you like it. Just go use the code. You'll see that you like it. You know, everyone loves anime. Other than that, we have the SRC Association. We have Subway, Tim Hortons, and then the St. Clair College Alumni Association. So thank you to all of them. We couldn't do this without you, and especially all of you guys watching from home. This wouldn't be a thing without you, so thank you for watching. And
I want to talk about our merch real quick. Don't go anywhere without buying some. Go to acquire.ca right now /Saints. We're watching you. We want you to go there and get some merch. We got t-shirts, we got jackets, we got jerseys, we got crew necks, we got hoodies, we got everything you could ever want. St. Clair Saints, you know you want to cheer these guys on throughout the playoffs. Get your merch. Acquire.ca /Saints. You can get masks as well. It's pretty sweet. I got one on right now, and you're gonna like it. So that's going to be it, though. NACE Star League playoffs will continue on. We're going to have to say goodbye to Binghamton, but definitely looked so good for St. Clair in that series. They played excellent in that third game. We're going to see them again next week, so they are going to be playing again, I think they're playing against the winner of the 1st and 8th seed. So, yeah, so we're saying the winner of 1st and 8th seed, and I mean, to be honest with you, this is a very close series. I definitely think Binghamton in that last game definitely kind of threw at the beginning of that game with the Poppy going top, dying, and then TPing back and dying again. I definitely think St. Clair are going to have a few things to clean up, especially around that first pick, Senna, in that first game. But, I mean, realistically, they won the series. They got to be feeling good for themselves, and they're going to be looking forward to that next series.
Oh, 100%. And I'm going to be watching it every step through, because I know no matter what happens, no matter who we go against, if we win, lose, it's going to be a show to watch, and it's all going to be interesting. And you know, we'd love to see the amazing skills of everyone in the game.
So that's going to be it. Thank you all for joining us on this wonderful Tuesday. I'm John Bill Bangs Udima, joined by Ashton. I'm Red Nutter, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for Call of Duty. Yeah. Call of Duty. So watch some Call of Duty, watch the boys, get some action on. We'll be back here Tuesday with some more NACE Star League action, with some more St. Clair Saints League Legends. I'm, again, John Bill Bangs Udima, Ashton, I'm Red Nutter. Hope you guys have a good night. Love everyone, and love each other.
He's just going to stay, probably.
And you can see already this Udyr looking like he wants to come for a gank in the bot lane here.
Oh, yeah.
No, flashes on both bot lanes here. Flash going to come down for Barlow here. Silence going to come down. Exhaust going to go down as well. First blood going to go to the Udyr. BU Midnight picking up the first one. Flash going to come out of fresh here. Going to try and walk away. Double kill onto this Udyr. And you're going to be taken down here. Barely any HP on the remaining survivors here. This is going to be all clean up for Barlow. Can he get the stun? Going to land. Resurrect can come through as well. But Lynn getting so much HP back. Midnight going to find another kill. Barlow going to get stunned up. And a double kill for this Udyr. That is Midnight running rampant all around St. Clair. And no one can answer this Udyr. It's like Ricky will be knocked up. Stun on 4 people. Massive stun there. Stops everyone in their tracks. A huge double bomb. That's going to mean Ricky going to be rezzed here, but Ehug in the back line just wreaking havoc, but will be taken out here in just a second. Lynn going to go godlike here. Still has that double kill, and that's going to be a shield bow activated, and that's going to mean he will survive. Flash out of that. Ricky going to be engaging here on the Lin. We'll be able to find this kill. A big shutdown over to Ricky here. Exile, in the meanwhile, is all over St. Clair. St. Clair just trying to survive here. Bomb going to come down here in just a second, and they will be able to pick up that kill. So Scrubbick going to pick up, clean up Ricky, but Barlow going to get exiled. So in the end, it's still a 2-for-1 for St. Clair. They're going to re-engage here. Zephyros, though, is going to get stunned. E-Hug going to be taken down here, trying to get this kill on Scrubbick. Scrubbick going to be on a rampage here. Barlow being taken down as well. Bullet time going to come out here, and St. Clair's hopes are going to be dashed in this one. Ricky going to be the only one left standing. Zephyros going to be taken down. A triple kill for Exile here, and Ricky, the last one standing, somehow still alive, but not he doing so much damage. Jungler is going to join here as well. Going to flash out the stun. Midnight. Really, really good reaction time. So Osorio will pick up that kill on the Soraka. We'll transport over to the E-Hug here. E-Hug gonna have the stun up here in a few seconds. Conqueror is activating. Knight gonna come down as well. Gonna get Ikoria, gonna transform into the Soraka. Going for the slow. We'll be able to get a double kill for E-Hug, and E-Hug 3 at the moment. Gonna wait for this Vega to walk out here. Zephyros gonna go for the ult in the backup, but not gonna catch anyone with it. But Ricky Fleur gonna take down the Victor here really early on in this fight. Young gonna back up to his teammate here. Exile trying to find anyone, but doesn't find anyone with that ultimate. Just dumps him into no one. So will mean St. Clair gonna get a clean kill on this Victor, and will maybe go to flash and go for the ult. Not gonna catch anyone though. E-Hug gonna execute the jungler there. Talon gonna go down as well. E-Hug flying all over this fight, gonna take down all the members. Stun gonna come out here. Shutdown picked up on Barlow, but it doesn't matter. E-Hug is running rampant. Double kill for Zephyros. That's just gonna be Scrubbit trying to run away. The only member left here for the side of, but weren't able to quite finish off the job, which means there could be a chase here. Yuumi at 0 mana, so she can't poke out with that Q, and that means they will be a chase that will ensue here. Scrubbit looks for something. Still gonna come through though. Will catch one. They're gonna go for re-engage, but it doesn't matter. Ricky gonna go down as well. And that's gonna be a triple kill for this. Turret's gonna be going down here, so Binghamton will have to try and come back to their nexus, but no one is gonna be hitting it. Ricky gonna take down Oracolo as well. That's gonna be another kill over, and the ultimate gonna come down. I'm not gonna catch anyone though, but St. Clair with the nexus exposed. Are they gonna go for it? That's so much damage from this Victor though. Victor will get him with the Q. Let's look. Ricky trying to take down his nexus. Nexus down to 400 HP. But Rick catch two people though. Beautiful art by Zephyros. Gonna catch one. Getting ulted into the backline, but that's not where you want to be. That's where Zephyros wants to be. Gonna get the knockup and scrub it. Gonna take him out anyway. W gonna catch two. Gonna do a lot of damage here. That's gonna be so much healing coming out, but that's gonna be a shutdown there. Rhea gonna take down Midnight. That's gonna be it. St. Clair gonna clean up all the members right here. Gonna flash. Gonna have the Q up available in just a second. Gonna go for the auto. Ricky gonna pick him a second kill. That's already a TP down as well. Ricky already 2-0 on this Darius. That is disaster for Binghamton. That is a TP, and that's going to be a kill for Barlow. And that's like St. Clair reaching out all across the map and taking everything Binghamton want. And St. Clair, Barlow going to have to flash. And Heel going to try and get out here. We'll be able to back up. Heel going to be on the backup as well. Barlow not going to be able to be hit by the Q. Turret shot going to come down here. TP going to come down as well. Link going to take out Barlow on the backside though. TP going to come through here. Darius going to be rolling. Oh, Vex going to be rolling into this fight actually. Yeah, going to take out Midnight in the process. So we'll back off. It will be a 2-for-1. St. Clair coming out victorious. Oh, nice knockup actually. Going to get two. Fresh going to be down low HP here. Going to dash away here for a moment, but Ehug going to take him down. But he's going to go down as well here from a turret shot. Lin going to Ehug going to try and find his second here, and will take down Fresh, so a double for Lin. With blue buff, could look for a fight here on Barlow. Barlow going to put down a decent amount of damage. Going to go for the E, but and get it rooted up here. Not going to win this fight. Like, we'll be back in just a second with the fight here in the mid lane. Midnight going to be going in on Zephyros here with Zephyros. Going to be doing a decent amount of poke damage here. Hug going to hop in, try and find anyone, but all going to come out. Going to clear two, but not going to get Ehug. Ehug staying in this fight. Exile will be going down here in just a second, so another kill over to St. Clair. Will be a 1-for-1. Poppy being taken. Jane gonna get two charm. Oh, it's gonna be a big shutdown onto Ricky. That's gonna be the Darius going down here. Barlow gonna take down Osorio, but that's gonna be a big ult from the Vex. Gonna find Ehug. That's gonna be another kill as well. They're gonna clean it all up. Double kill for the Lucian though. Barlow finding 2 kills for himself. Vex gonna pick up the double as well. Zephyros gonna distort onto one, and Barlow looking for another kill. A triple real way out here, trying to back up here. We'll hit the fleeing there, but Ricky gonna be over this wall. Ehug. Like, yeah, you have nowhere to go, little witch. You're done. Ehug gonna take him down. Midnight gonna be found as well. A dunk gonna come through for Ricky. He's looking for more. This Darius is trying to walk all over Binghamton right now, walking through this jungle. And this could be dangerous. Lulu's gonna have to ult herself up, but Exile just gonna be taken down here. Zephyros gonna be found out by this. That was a beautiful ult though. Zephyros barely living, but shutdown gonna be taken for Lygia there. Midnight gonna come down as well. Lulu with no ult available. That's so much damage from Barlow though. Picks up that double kill. Trying to find the triple, does get it. Managed to evade that last auto, looking for one more. The quadra. We'll be seeing them though. This could be a charge. There's a lot of speed between this gen and the Hecarim. Kurtgall gonna come out to slow him down here for just a second. Ricky gonna be blocking all this damage, so Barlow doesn't get executed. Oh, he will find it. Looks like they will go for it, but it's gonna be a massive hook. They're just gonna go in anyway. Ricky says, no, no, no. It's time for my kills, and this is gonna be.